in your, where is your CAD file? Draw that in plan in your CAD file, and then you could model it in SketchUp. Okay, so you've got that one done. Now what we do is we select it all of that layer. And if you've got many layers on and you're trying to select something, you just turn the other layers off. It's very easy. And we right click and we go make group. Okay, so it's a group like that. And that's that. Now I'm going to come to paths and turn buildings off. Can't turn it off because it's the current layer. So what if I go layer 0 and turn that off? Okay, we've got our path. This time I'm going to make a mistake on purpose with the layers. See this one here, the buildings, when I turn it off, it all disappears. Watch this one though. So first step, select it, extensions, make face. No problem. But watch this. If I turn paths off, it's just turning the edge line off. We still have the face, which is here. Okay, so the face is on layer 0. That's because when I did it, it was on there. So what you can do is right click, entity info, and you can change the layer here, paths. And now it will be there. But let me just show you from the beginning how I do it the proper way. Turn paths on, and then just click here. And then I can select it, make face, and it's all there together, just like the buildings. Okay, next one, frame. Click, make face. Of course, to make the face, I can also just go like that, or even just that. Sometimes it's good to use the tool. I could give this a bit of depth, so click and I'll go down. And I may as well make that a group as well. Make group. I don't think I made the paths a group. So make the paths a group. Oh, we also didn't give them a height. I could give them a little bit of a height. And when you make a group, select it all, make group. Now we can do the dropping. Of course, I didn't mention it, but of course you have these tools, these plugins, tools and SketchUp and drop, and you can watch the video before this one that shows you how to get them. Click, right click, drop. If your drop's not working, you can also just move it, right? M, click, click. It's just that drop is just a little bit helpful when you're dropping many things at the same time. And it's just a little bit quicker in general. For example, this stuff, many things at once. I like to put it on this one here when I'm finished. Hidden line, and you can turn on the shadows and play with those. Nighttime. Go to perspective, yes. And that's basically your model. Once you've finished though, well not finished, but once you've got to this stage, you know that you can still change the heights of things. For example, this path. Double click it. So 1, 2. And then I see this dotted line, and it means I'm just editing the path layer. So I could select it and go P, and I could bring it down. or bring it up. So double click on the buildings. You can still change things after you drop them. If I want to change the color of this, 1, 2, 3. If I want to just change, do the push-pull or the 3D, click, 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 and bring that down. See, in here we don't see that line there. If you want to see that line, what you can do is click, left click, intersect faces with model, and it will draw that line. Or here, see in here we don't see the line. Sometimes you want to see it. Left click, right click, intersect faces with model. What this will do, however, it's not really a problem, but I'll just show you. If I turn these layers off, well, what this did is when I did that intersect faces with model, I was on the paths layer, so it drew those on that layer. So that's just something you've got to be a little bit careful of. If I go back a few steps to there, if I go there, see it's okay now. Bring it down. So if you wanted to draw that line, what if I went like this? I'm going to call it intersect lines and make that active. Now if I go right click, intersect faces with model, we do the same thing over here, intersect faces with model. That's a better way. So those lines are all here. Not sure if you're fully understanding what I did, but I can show you this again in class, what I'm doing. But what that did was just made sure that, because sometimes we don't see this line, and I just drew the line, but I created a new layer for it first, so it didn't get connected with other layers. Okay. So that's quite easy, your site, to do that kind of thing, but of course you can put more detail and stuff into your CAD plan before you bring it in. For example, you might want to draw the inside space or draw the pathways and stuff. But try and do that all in CAD first as different layers before you bring it to InDesign. Sorry, before you bring it to SketchUp. And make sure you put the heights of these buildings and things correctly. There's also a wall here. So if you're having a wall in your design stool, you could bring that in now. Or if the wall is part of your design, you can bring that in later. So what we're doing with this one is just bringing in the site that stays the same. Okay, in a group video after this one, I'll show you how you can add more. If you decide you might want to, I'm just using the scale tool. If you decide you might want to bring in this part of the landscape here, or maybe you want to show the library part out here, then I'll show you how you can do that later, how we can bring in more into this. Okay, that's it.